Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. This is my first webinar on 2026. Sorry, is it your first? I want to ask you if you are here, just comment on the chat. You can comment with us and be present and tell us where you are connecting from. So my name is Eva Lagarde, and I'm the founder of Resources. And we help beauty brand and beauty professionals understand sustainability. And today we wanted to talk about in and out beauty because, it's a very big trend moving on the market where consumers understand the impact of what they ingest into their skin health as well, and the connection between skincare, beauty, body care, and ingestible. So I wanted to invite today Expan Science because, they are this company. They've developed cosmetic actives. They are working in pharmaceuticals and dermocosmetics industry. They're a family-owned company. They are four distinct activities, meaning healthcare, global, dermatology, dermocosmetics, natural active ingredients. And they are B Corp. And just so you know, we have to know that 40% of their catalog is made of upcycled ingredients. Do you know what upcycled is? It's all of the things that is made from waste from other industry or from other things that can be integrated again into beauty product. And so they have launched in 25 the nutraceutical section, where they have launched two actives. One is called Tultinity Bio for stress relief and beauty from within, and also Macanity Bio for mobility support and during menopause, actually. So I wanted to invite them because they are B Corp and they also work a lot on the sourcing. And we're going to see today how sourcing is really important on the quality of the actives that you have, that you put on your skin, but you also ingest. So with us today, we have Sébastien Lequeret, who is the marketing director for strategy manager for Nutraceutical Active. Hello, Sébastien.
Hello, Eva. Hello, everyone.
And then we also have Angéline Rocherieux. She's the marketing director for cosmetics and nutraceutical actives at Expansions. Hello, Angéline.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Eva.
And then we also have Sami Issad, who is a product manager for cosmetic and nutraceutical actives.
Hello, everyone, and hello, Eva.
So where are you connecting this morning from? So I'm connecting from London. I am French, but obviously I've been in London for 14 years. So I know some of us are connecting from different places. Sébastien, where are you based actually this morning?
I'm based just near Paris, actually.
Okay. And Angéline?
I'm in Lisbon with a beautiful sun this morning, so it's quite good.
Very nice. And Sami?
And me, I'm in Paris, and the weather, unlike Lisbon, is quite rainy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I would just a bit of housekeeping. You can comment on the LinkedIn Live as much as you want and give us some information. And we're going to review the question at the end of the webinar. But feel free to comment because there's a slight 5-10 seconds delay for us to receive the question here on the platform that we're doing this recording. So feel free to comment. So first, I would like you to comment where are you based this morning so I can see that the chat is actually working. So now, in the same time, we're going to work through the first question. So I wanted to invite Sébastien to talk to us about the market of in-and-out beauty, because we know this is a growing market. We have more and more interest for the consumers who understand the connection between inside and out health and how it impacts the skin. Can you tell us more, Sébastien?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Eva, for this nice introduction. So first, a few words on the global supplement market, which has been experiencing continuous growth for several years now. So according here to 2024 figures, it has reached more than $480 billion in global revenue. And this growth is expected to continue as current projections estimate that the market could exceed $800 billion by 2033, with an average annual growth rate of over 6%. So we are clearly talking about a fast-growing and increasingly structured market, which is also undergoing strong consolidation. And this momentum is one of the reasons why we decided at Expan Science to extend our ingredients portfolio to nutraceutical ingredients for supplements. Because unlike cosmetics, the dietary supplement market covers a much wider range of health benefits. Supplements can be positioned on immunity, digestive health, energy, sleep, cognitive performances, or mobility, for instance. And within these broad and dynamic markets, one segment has emerged particularly strongly over the past few years. It's NutriCosmetics. So what is NutriCosmetic? It's also known as beauty from within, and it refers to the concept of improving skin health and appearance from within by consuming dietary supplements or functional foods. So it's a specific and fast-growing segment within the broader dietary supplement market. And today, this NutriCosmetic market is experiencing strong global growth as the skin beauty supplement market is estimated at over $7 billion and is expected to continue growing annually at around 8% by 2033. And at the same time, we have the hair supplement segment, which is also expanding actually even faster, with a double-digit growth rate expecting to reach more than $6 billion by 2034. So NutriCosmetics is booming, and one factor that explains this acceleration is the evolution in ingredients and science. So we've seen a lot of collagen, of course, that have clearly played a major role in structuring the market. But now there are also, other ingredients, carotenoids, biotics, and increasingly botanical extracts supported by strong science evidence and demonstration on their benefits for skin and hair parameters.
Okay, thank you. Can you explain to us, because you just mentioned that the market is more aware now, there's more science, but also there's more maturity. Can you explain to us why is the market booming right now?
Yeah, of course, because we've seen in the past, for instance, some major players coming from the food industry like Danone, who tried to enter NutriCosmetic with a yogurt called Essensis at that time.
Yeah.
But they failed because consumers were not ready to buy yogurt at that time that will improve their skin hydration. Because also the scientific level was not enough at that time. And today we've seen a lot of growing evidence and also a consumer awareness which is growing, which is better to help them buying those kind of products here.
Mute here. So these are the figures that you can share with us, yeah?
Yes, so I can talk about shifting beauty habits. So what we clearly observe today is a deep shift in consumers' beauty habits, because consumers are no longer relying only on topical skincare. They are increasingly looking for ingestible solutions like supplements to support beauty from the inside. So they are much more convinced, as we've said, that beauty is linked to overall health and that nutrition plays a key role in skin and hair parameters. For example, in the US, 55% of US female consumers say they have taken at least one dietary supplement in the past 12 months to improve their appearance, illustrating how mainstream this category has become. And this shift is also visible in the functional drink category, where 84% of the US consumers say they consume functional drinks with beauty-enhancing claims at least once a week. So therefore, consumers are now adopting what we call in-and-out beauty concepts. Consumers are no longer looking for isolated solutions. They are seeking 360-degree beauty routines that combine internal supplementation and external skincare. And this is driven by several strong factors. Of course, the aging of the population, a growing focus on preventive health, and a demand as well for cleaner, more holistic beauty approaches. And the beauty market itself has evolved. Brands are no longer selling isolated products, but global beauty routines. So typical products act locally and quickly, while NutriCosmetics support biological mechanisms over time. And when combined, they deliver strongly credibility, better perceived efficacy, and higher consumer engagement. And this is why today in-and-out is no longer a trend, it's becoming a new beauty routine standard.
Yeah, it's very interesting because we can see there's a really strong shift in the market for a holistic approach, and it's in all segments of beauty actually. So it's really interesting. Like similar that we see the skinification of all segments of beauty. We see the NutriCosmetics going everywhere, and every beauty brand is launching their NutriCosmetics, but also every NutriCosmetics is going into beauty as well. So it's interesting to see the shift. Now I want to move on to Sami and ask you, because you are taking charge now of the product development, the portfolio of the product. Why? So what are you doing with Expand Science, and what is your approach to in-and-out beauty concept?
Yes, Sarah, for sure. Thank you for the questions. So let me briefly walk you through our offer at Expand Science and the 3 pillars we have on our in and out offer. So basically, we have first the dual benefits from one plant. Here, our approach is really to unlock the full potential of a single botanical source and transform it into complementary in and out solutions. This means that from one unique plant, we can deliver 2 distinct yet complementary benefits, one addressing topical needs and the other one supporting beauty or wellness from within. Then we have our second pillar in the middle, where we focus on maximizing results with targeted applications. So here, the idea is to work with diverse extracts to develop in and out products that converge on one shared benefit. This pillar is actually all about precision. By aligning both the internal and external actions around the same objective, the idea is to elevate performance and ensure measurable and meaningful results for our consumers. And finally, we have our third pillar, which is about embracing the holistic in and out experience. So the idea with this third pillar is to combine extracts with synergetic properties to deliver a more complete and comprehensive solution. This means that here we are not only addressing isolated concerns, but we are really trying to support and give a 360 approach to beauty and wellness.
Very interesting. I like the 360 approach on the on the sourcing side as well, and the way you develop this. One source, twice the impact. I think it's really interesting to see that. Can you give us an example of product or like routine that you've developed actually?
Yes, for sure. I will try to give you an example for each pillar. So for the first pillar, which is about dual benefits from one plant, here what we try to do is really to capitalize on one plant, which is holy basil here, as you can see it. Holy basil, which is also known as tulsi, which is an adaptogenic Ayurvedic plant, often considered as the elixir of life for its ability to help the body maintain healthy physiological balance. And as you can see it from this plant, we developed a topical solution with Ayurvedi and a nutraceutical solution with Tulsiniti Bio. So for our topical solution, which is Ayurvedi, it's a holy basil polyphenol extract for topical well-aging and soothing benefits. So with Ayurvedi, we clinically showed a reduction in the appearance of wrinkles, a soothing effect, and an improvement in radiance and skin tone with this topical active. And for the nutraceutical part, with our Tulsiniti Bio, it's 100% holy basil leaf extract that reduces stress and improves emotional balance. So with Tulsiniti Bio, we also show that we enhance skin firmness, decrease sensitivity, and improve overall comfort. So you can see here from this first example that from a single plant, which is holy basil, we developed one active dedicated to well-aging as a topical offer, and one dedicated to stress and well-being as a nutraceutical offer. Then for our second pillar, where we try to maximize results with targeted application, we know that today well-being has become essential because skin and emotional balance are strongly connected. You know that when the skin is stressed, people feel it, and when people feel stressed, their skin shows it. That's why we decided at Expand Science to combine 2 different in and out actives that target well-being. So here we thought of combining for Epaionin Bio, our topical active ingredients from tea oil, camellia, and saponifiables that has clinically shown a reduction in visible effects on stress of the skin. And Epaionin Bio also strengthens the skin barrier, boosts hydration, and reduces redness and discomfort sensations. And then we have our nutraceutical solution that we see again here. It's Tulsiniti Bio, our ingredient from holy basil that reduces perceived stress. It also improves mood stability, enhances skin firmness, and reduces reactivity and sensitivity. So here, with these 2 solutions, we are actually maximizing benefits around well-being from inside with Tulsiniti Bio and outside with Epaionin Bio. And then we have our last pillar, which is about embracing the holistic in and out experience. So for this third pillar, we know that menopause, it's a pivotal life stage, and more women are looking for solutions that support both their skin and overall well-being during this transition. And with women spending more than a third of their lives in menopause, offering a holistic in and out support is a meaningful way to truly empower these women. So here, our idea at Expand Science is to combine our topical solutions with the nutraceutical active to offer a holistic approach to menopause. So for the topical solution, we have Calibiota Bio, our red kapok flower extract that improves intimate comfort, rebalances the microbiota in the intimate area, reduces irritation and discomfort, and also supports well-being during menopause. And for our next nutraceutical active, we can offer our latest launch, which is Macanity Bio, a fresh red maca extract that supports mobility, helps muscle recovery, and contributes to bone health during menopause. So basically here, thanks to Calibiota Bio and Macanity Bio, we empower women with a complete in and out support for a holistic approach to menopause.
I like the empowerment effect of this because, there's more research about this as well, the impact of hormonal health into well-being. And it's really good to see that you've developed a range just for that. And do you know, fun fact, that basil actually means king? It's coming from the Greek word basileus, yeah, and it's meaning king. So basically, you've developed a holy king, like ingredients from a holy king. Anyway, so I think this is really interesting to see that. And I wanted to talk about, we wanted to bring this in as well, because when we talk about holistic, we also mean good for me and good for the planet. So everything is holistic as a care for ourselves, but also as a care for the planet. And it represents a new phase in clean and sustainable beauty. I wanted to give the microphone now to Angeline and ask you a question. Consumers are no longer only looking for non-toxic products, but they now prioritize overall health and well-being, as we just mentioned, combined with a reduced and even positive impact on the planet. And I know, Expand Science, you've been working really hard in the background to develop a better approach to sourcing. So beyond in and out beauty solution, can you tell us about what you've been doing in the background to have a positive impact on both plant beauty, people, and the planet through the nutraceutical offer?
Yes, of course. My favorite topic to speak about people and the planet. Yes, thank you for this good question. First, I think at Expand Science, we really believe that the human well-being cannot be separated from the health of the planet, and we are sure that they are connected. The way we take care of ourselves through the product you buy, through the ingredients that we choose, through the routine that we adopt, it must go hand in hand in the way we take care of the ecosystem that sustains us, but our planet. And at the end, well-being is not only a personal state, it's also a collective responsibility. I don't know you, but when the soils are regenerated, when the biodiversity recovers, and when the communities are supported, at the end, everyone benefits. And we have demonstrated this because all these benefits don't stop only at the impact on the environment. They directly enhance the quality, the safety, and even the efficacy of the product. And that really guide all the decisions that we make, how we source the raw materials, how we design our product, and how we collaborate with partners, how we know it. Because I think we should not have to choose between high quality care and solutions that are good for the world. And I know, Eva, your question will be, but how do you do every day? How is it possible to make this commitment a reality? So I will just change. Yes, just you see the long trips here. In 2021, a CSR strategy, it's a CSR program. The name is Impact Program. Maybe you already heard about it. Has been co-created with some collaborators with a really strong commitment for 2030-2040. And our ambition, it's a big ambition, but it's a nice ambition, is to become a company with a positive impact and a regenerative approach. So, of course, even if this program has been launched in 2021, it's actually built on more than 20 years of CSR commitment, as you can see here on the development of our engagement, our commitments. It's not completely new, and it's, let's say, like a long journey that we start back in 2004 So it's more than 20 years ago now, when Expand Science voluntarily joined the UN Global Compact. I say voluntary because it was not necessary, but the top management, the president, decided to join voluntarily this UN Global Compact. And since then, our ambition has grown. In 2021, our effort has been recognized and we became a B Corp certification, as well as a mission-driving company. So B Corp, we spoke a lot about it in this moment, but mission-driven, that means that the company in Expand Science puts social, environmental, and ethical goals at the same level as financial ones. So that means that we are really engaged, and that's why this is a good and ambitious program that we have for the next years. And in our daily work, of course, it has also an impact, a positive impact, I hope, but sure. It means that all departments, all the team, R&D, marketing, HR, purchase, all the team have to follow a clear roadmap, which is completely aligned with our commitments. And we follow it, let's say, every month or every 2 months, to be sure to make the good or the better decision, to choose the right partner, to choose to innovate in a responsibility way, and sometimes also to say no, even if the project seems to be perfect, innovative, and so on. If it's not aligned with our mission, we decide to stay stop thanks to this roadmap.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and maybe you wonder why we're asking about this, but I think for me, today in product development, you need to prove that you actually what you're doing with the way you're sourcing your product, especially in Europe. With the regulation that is going to increase about sourcing and information and being more transparent about what you're doing. It's very key to do this. And can you give us more example about the CSR certificates, commitment that you have and the certifications, and how it works in your supply chain? And I would like to say to the audience, stay connected, because I think this is really important for you as well as a brand or as a product development, because one day, very soon, you will have to prove every claims that you make, especially on the environmental front, when today there's not necessarily a regulation compared to cosmetic criteria. We have regulations, but for green engagement, we don't have regulations now, but it's going to come up in the market.
Yeah, you're right, Eva. I think more and more we need to prove and to have a very strong certification. So we spoke previously about B Corp and about mission-driving company, which are more corporate certification. But since 2011, Expand Science is a member of the UEBT, so it will be more focused on the sourcing of our own raw materials. So UEBT is the Union for Ethical Biotrade. It's a global organization that promotes sourcing with respect. That means respect for biodiversity, local ecosystem, and of course for the people. And being a UEBT member means that the ingredients that we offer comes from sourcing that will respect people and nature. And also, as you say previously, Eva, that will ensure transparency from the plant, from the sourcing to the ingredient.
Yeah.
And for our customers, it's really important because it's a strong assurance that our ingredients are ethically sourced and also are really aligned with the highest standard for biodiversity and community respect. And by the way, in 2040, in our impact program, one of our commitments is that 100% of the portfolio will come from sourcing with non-practices that respect and or regenerate the environment.
Okay.
And speaking about the regenerative, maybe we can get to the next slide. It's about the ROC certification. So I'm sure that you heard about this. As Sami said, we launched Tulsinity this year, and it is our first active ingredient which is ROC certified. That means that the holy basil, or the king basil, has been harvested according to these practices that you can see here. So this is the practices that define what is regenerative organic agriculture. And you can see it goes further than what we used to see. For example, minimal disturbance of the soil structure, because it's really important not to destroy it.
Can you say this? For instance, you don't remove change the soil every year. You leave it you know,
Yeah, I mean,
put together?
you don't have to work on the soil, just to,
Yeah.
to let the soil like that.
Yeah.
Have a crop rotation, vegetal cover, everywhere, no chemical input, of course. But yeah, it's really to let soil live alone, and to
and grow it and grow microorganism, etc. Because I want to say, like, with the you know, the farming practices, we've removed a lot of nutrient from the soil, and this practice allows for the soil to go back to, you know, having a lot of nutrients, a lot of microorganism that makes the ingredient actually more effective in the end, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And these practices, I mean, the rock practices and then soil health, the herb quality, that's what we have been demonstrated, for example, and optimize, of course, the carbon sequestration. That I think is very important in this moment, taking this method of organic farming a step further. Because I mean, with these practices, it's not only, I mean, I'd say only simple reducing impact. It will really regenerate it, restore, renew, and reinforce the ecosystem and the biodiversity, while, of course, supporting the local communities.
Yeah.
I focus on the local communities because, as we said previously, people and planet are really linked. And I will move to the last slide about the Fair for Life. Because it's also a very important certification, and we rely on this certification internally. It's an international certification that will guarantee ethical, social, and of course environmental practices across the entire supply chain. That means from the sourcing of the plant, so where we will source the ingredient, until the finished product that we will sell to our customers in a B2B market. And today, both Stultznity and Macanity, so this is our two launches of this year, are certified Fair for Life. And what is the guarantees of this certification is the fair prices, safe working condition, and also a long-term partnership with all the stakeholders of the supply chain. So, as you said previously, Eva, I think this certification really are really important today for trust and transparency. It's important for partners, customers, and I hope also soon for the end users, because I think it's really important that end users knows also what they put on the skin or what they injure. And it shows really that all our ingredients are made with respect for people and for the planet, of course.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's interesting because you may think it's a secondary information, but it's really key to know now where ingredients are sourced from, because people are asking for more information actually. But also, as I said, regulatory-wise, we will have to have more information. So I just want to, you can click on the QR code, I guess, and ask and, find the information about what we just mentioned. I just wanted to go back now to the conclusion, and we're going to take some questions. I see there's already a question that's been asked on LinkedIn. But I wanted to say, like, as you can see, holistic approach is really important now. It's not just about the product, but it's about health for people, health for the planet. It's about sourcing well for ingredients. It's about biodiversity, caring for what we are doing, how we are manufacturing everything. And I remember one day I attended a conference with Expand Science, and then we talked about, because for me, I see capitalism as just generating profit, and we were talking about that. And Expansers, they're not running after profit, but they're running after doing something good. And as you said, sometimes you make choices that don't necessarily make you profit. So I guess it's a balancing act of finding, where you find the best solution for your company. But I think it's interesting to see that the focus is shifting from making profit to actually making something better for us. And also proving that it's not enough to do good. We have to go beyond this. We have to go beyond our words and to prove what we are saying. I can see your first question. So are you okay if we start with the questions?
Yeah, let's go. Thank you.
Okay, so Emily is asking us, as a cosmetic brand considering entering the nutraceutical space, what are the key credibility factors we should build to be taken seriously by consumers? We're already familiar or dedicated to supplement. So Sami maybe, or Sébastien, I don't know who wants to take the question. So basically, what are the factors you should take into consideration to be serious into the market?
I think one topic, of course, is the scientific evidence. Selling, developing a nutraceutical product and a supplement, of course, different. We didn't talk here about regulatory, but it's one of the aspects. And then the scientific, of course, aspect is also important. So there is, for example, the bioavailability that we need to take in account when developing supplements to see, okay, which nutrients will be directly, distributed into the circulation, which the targeted tissues. So you have other aspects when it comes to science to it's important, of course, to demonstrate the effects of the supplements.
Yeah, can I just explain what bioavailability means? Because it may be familiar for you, but I don't know if everybody understands what it means.
So it's in nutraceuticals world and in the supplement industry, you need to, ensure that the active molecules or the active ingredients, will reach the targeted tissues to, provide their benefits. And this is what we call bioavailability. That means the capacity of the ingredient to reach the blood barrier, to reach the intestine barrier, and to directly, reach the tissue that you would like to target. And this is really, challenging when you come from the cosmetic world to, deal with bioavailability topics, because sometimes to evaluate those approach, it needs, strong models that are sometimes expensive. So yeah, it's a challenge, I think, to deal with when it comes to supplements.
Okay.
Maybe I can add that.
Yes.
Today, what we are showing with our active ingredients, either they are from the topical part or nutraceutical part, is that we have scientifically proven efficacy from one part the active ingredients and for the other part the nutraceutical. But here we are presenting our in and out offers, but we still basically at this point we are still at the conceptual stage, and from our side we are actively exploring, working and developing new ways to really scientifically demonstrate a synergetic effect and benefits when combining our active and nutraceutical ingredients. But at this point today we can scientifically prove the efficacy of our active ingredients on the cosmetic part from one part, and for the nutraceutical part from the other side.
Thank you.
I'm keen on finding a synergy between both, for sure.
Thank you,
What
Sami.
a teasing, Sami. What a teasing.
Yeah. And you're disappearing in the field, but we all can see you fine. I want to say that actually, because I don't know if you are aware, if you work only in the nutra-cosmetics, nutraceuticals side, but cosmetics regulation are very strong. So whatever claim you make, you need to prove it. So there needs to be scientific studies behind. And so for food, the cosmetics company are going to apply the same rigorous, testing and information. So that's how you can prove that the scientific studies and the proof is in the test. I have another question. Are we okay to take another question?
Yeah.
So how do consumers perceive in and out proposition from luxury cosmetics brand versus dedicated supplements brand? So meaning maybe if you are from the cosmetic side and you're moving into nutrients, are you considered seriously, or if you're coming from the supplement side? Sebastian, you want to set up because it's more like a market research information?
So that means in terms of consumer tests, right? What are the differences?
No, they want to understand whether if you are coming from the luxury cosmetic segment, if you are launching a supplement, you are taken seriously today, or is it like maybe a bias against that?
Yeah.
Maybe I can give an example. Like if you take the example of Shiseido, which is quite a luxury brand, they actually are developing probiotic powders designed to nourish and brighten the skin from inside. So they're starting to move from topical application to in and out beauty. So I think if Shiseido is starting to do it, luxury brands, this is something that luxury brands are starting to do, moving from topical to nutraceutical solutions to have this in and out approach.
Yeah, nowadays we see a lot of brands actually coming from the cosmetic world, starting to enter the supplement industry, and with strong science actually. So I think they adopt the codes, of the supplements world, because they've developed as well strong science to support the claims done on the supplement parts. So I think this is very important. But yeah, consumers, as we explained, consumers now are ready, to combine an in and out solutions, and they are more and more open to scientific evidence proven with those products. So I think there is place for cosmetic luxury brands in this area, definitely.
Yeah. And fun fact, so last year it was the first time that we were at the Vitafood, which is the main, booth, the main exhibition. It was our first time, and it was really funny to meet our cosmetic customers looking for new nutra ingredients, and it was also for them the first time at the Vitafood. So that means that there is a moving from cosmetics to nutra, and I see synergy are going to grow and more and more important. Yeah.
And as we said in intro, there's more awareness in the market now of the impact of everything you ingest on your skin health, etc. And also, Emily, you're asking about the distribution channels. I can probably talk about this, but you can see that there's no restriction for selling supplements into the beauty aisles. So what's happening now, we see a lot of the beauty brands, they actually have an additional product to add to their range, and then it's just distributing in some channels, in pharmacies, in retail store, beauty stores, etc. So there's no limitation to where you can actually find supplements, and there's no restriction. There's a interesting question as well from Philippe. Are your Nutri-Solution available for all countries regulatory-wise? Because we know that there's different regulation depending on the country. So are you the three routines that you mentioned are available for every country, or is this limited to Europe, or I don't know?
I mean, for the 2 nutraceutical active ingredients we've launched, so of course, as you said, it's different between the areas. So it's they are compliant with the European regulations, even if sometimes on specific countries we need to see if this is compliant, because there is no uniformization completely in Europe. And then APAC region, the Asia is very specific because each country has its own regulation. So for each country, it will be a different case, different scenario. So we need to check specifically for each country. And for the US as well, we are checking as well the regulatory compliance in the US. It's also very specific. So yeah, that's one of the complexity when entering the nutraceutical and supplements industry. The regulatory aspects and framework is very different from the one in cosmetic, and it's also very different between the regions. So of course we at Expansions we have regulatory experts in charge of those topics for both cosmetic and nutraceutical ingredients.
Okay, and to follow on that question, Philippe is also asking, when you do testing on your cosmetics ingredient to include in the formula, the brand can use your scientific findings because they have to test the finished product with all of the ingredients mixed together. Is it the same for supplements, or can they use your studies as well if they use, I guess, just one supplement, or how does that work? Do you know?
I will. Angèle, maybe you want to...
Yeah, but I think it depends on the quantity. Yeah. If you respect the quantity that we test in our clinical studies, I think you can claim.
For cosmetic, if you use the same concentration that we used in our clinical study, you can use the same claim.
Sure, but I think for Nutra is the same.
For Nutra is more tricky.
For Nutra is a bit different because it will depend also on the geographical areas. The claim, framework. In Europe, there is this pending list regarding botanicals that you can rely on, depending on the countries, that gives you access to some claims. And for the US, for instance, usually this is asked to have 2 clinical studies published to access some claims on some ingredients. In the Asia, it's also a different context. So you need to have science, such as in cosmetics, but then there is also other parameters to take in account to be able to claim in the supplement.
Okay, and maybe I have a last question. I want to ask you, how do you scientifically demonstrate the complementary or synergistic benefit of your holistic and in and out approach?
So this is ongoing. This is something we are thinking about. We are exploring how we can, because here we are showing the efficacy on our cosmetic actives from one side and nutraceutical actives from the other side. And the idea is really to think how to combine them and show a synergy in the same study. So this is something we are working on, thinking of. And if some people in this webinar are interested about this kind of studies or thinking, don't hesitate to get touch with us so we can exchange on this topic. And this is always learning together.
Eva, let's organize a new webinar in some months to develop this point, please.
About this, because I think the regulatory question and the proof, etc., the scientific proof are really important, because they are really working in the beauty segment. We have to have proof and etc. For nutraceuticals, I'm not so familiar, but it's interesting to know about this. Okay, I think we're done with the webinar now. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time. Thank you, Sébastien, Angéline, and Sami for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eva. Thank you all for your...
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. And you can still comment on the post if you like. So this is going to stay on LinkedIn, so you can revisit that, or you can send it to friends. And it's also going to be posted on YouTube. So if you want to replay this as much as you want, it's going to be available online. We're not going to remove this. So feel free to revisit that. And if you have any question, obviously you can contact the team for more information. Thank you very much for your time, everyone.
Yes.